कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे राम राम हरे हरे।
जय श्री कृष्ण गदाधर शिव सरी गौर भक्त वृंदा। जय श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा। श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिव सरी गौर भक्त वृंदा। जय श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा। श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिव सरी गौर भक्त वृंदा। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधो जगतपते। गोपेश गोपी कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कंचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी। वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। बोलो श्री राधे गोलोकानंद भगवान की
जय।
जय।
हरे कृष्णा
हरे कृष्णा भैया, हरे कृष्णा एवरीवन।
हरे कृष्णा
Hare Krishna everyone.
हरे कृष्णा।
Hare Krishna everyone.
Beginning of Kartik month, so a very the most auspicious month is what is how this Kartik month is known. It's a month of Radhe Rani, yeah. And whatever we do, like devotional aspects, satsang multiplies 1,000 times in Kartik month. So that's what is mentioned in our scriptures. So that's very nice. Getting back to Srimad Bhagavatam, as you see, we have been reading the conversation between Shwambhu Manu and Kardam Muni. Yeah. So Shwambhu Muni, along with Satrupa, his wife, has come to Kardam Muni's kutia and is requesting Kardam Muni to accept Devhuti. Yeah. And Devhuti is, of course, daughter of Shwambhu Manu. And then we saw Kardam Muni appreciating Devhuti very much and is ready to accept Devhuti. Yeah. So that's what we are reading, and that's what happens. And meanwhile, Maitreya Muni, who is reciting Srimad Bhagavatam to Mahatma Vidur, is saying that we read this yesterday, right? This shlok, that, O great warrior Vidur, the sage Kardam said this much only. Yeah, he appreciated Dehuti and indicated his acceptance, and then became silent. Yeah, thinking of his worshipable Lord Vishnu, who has a lotus on his navel. Yeah, as we know, Garbhodaksha Vishnu, right? There's a lotus on his navel. Says here, Arvind Nabham. That's Lord Vishnu. Yeah, and it says that as he silently smiled, Kardamuni, when he silently smiled, says yes, Smith Sobhiten, his face captured the mind of Dehuti, who began to meditate upon the great sage. So as the Kardamuni silently smiled, says here, Mukhen Cheto Lulubhe Devhutya. So captures Dehuti's mind, and Dehuti starts meditating on the great sage Kardam Muni. Yeah, so that's what we read yesterday. And let's continue reading the next shlok. Anilji?
जी हाँ। सोऽनुज्ञात्वा व्यवसितं महिश्रया दुहितः स्फुटं तस्मै गुणगणाढ्याय ददौ तुल्यां प्रहर्षितः. After having unmistakably known the decision of the queen as well as that of Devahuti, the emperor most gladly gave his daughter to the sage, whose host of virtues was equaled by hers. Hare Krishna.
Krishna, yeah. So after having known the decision of the queen as well as Devahuti, so Shambhu Manu made sure, right, the mother Satrupa is happy. Says here Mahisha is the Satrupa and Duhi Tuha is the daughter Devahuti, Triya Sphutam. And when they were okay, the emperor most gladly gave his daughter to the sage, but it's mentioned whose host of virtues was equaled by hers. So equally, as we had read, right, like in the Astra Yoga and all that, and Devahuti was also expert. Yeah, says here Gun Gana Dayai Dado Tulyam Prahashita. So king offered Devahuti. Jyoti.
Hare Krishna. Shatarupa Maharagni Pariparhan Mahadana Dam Patayoho Paryadat Kritaya Bhushavasaha Parichadan. Empress Shatarupa lovingly gave most valuable presents suitable for the occasion, such as jewelry, clothes, and household articles in dowry to the bride and bridegroom. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so of course, Shambhu Manu is the king of the whole Prithvi, and he gave appropriate presents to Karda Muni and Devahuti. Yeah, Ajay.
प्रताम दुहितरम सम्राट सदृच्छाय गतव्यथः उपगृहश्च च बाहुम्यमोत्कण्ठनो मंथिताशयः. Thus relieved of his responsibility by handing over his daughter to a suitable man, Swayambhu Manu, his mind agitated by feelings of separation, embraced his affectionate daughter with both his arms. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so I mean, it doesn't matter, even though he's a Samrat, yeah. When a daughter gets married, right, the father's feelings of separation is, of course, well known. And so then he shows his affection with both the arms, yeah. So, Ravi?
अशक्नु वंसदित्रहं मुञ्चतन् बाष्पकलामुः आसिच्यदं वतसेति नेत्रोदेहिर्दुहितुशिखाः. The emperor was unable to bear the separation of his daughter. Therefore, tears poured from his eyes again and again, drenching his daughter's head as he cried, "My dear mother, my dear daughter." Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, yeah. So it says here, Netro ider duhitva shika hai. Yeah. So the tears poured from his eyes and drenching his daughter's head, right? It falling. So Rinaji?
Yeah. Amantriyatam Munivar Manugyatah Sahanugah Pratasthe Rathamaruya Sabharya Swapuram Nripaha Obhayor Rishi Kulyaya Saraswatya Surudhaso Rishi Namup Shantanam पश्यन्नाश्रम सम्पदः. After asking and obtaining the great Seth's permission to leave, the monarch mounted his chariot with his wife and started for his capital, followed by his retinue. Along the way, he saw the prosperity of the tranquil seers, beautiful hermitages on both the charming banks of the Saraswati, the river so agreeable to saintly persons. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so Shambhu Manu started heading back to his capital, right? And as we know, Karda Muni was doing tapasya at Saraswati river, yeah? So it shows here charming banks of Saraswati, the river, which is so agreeable to saintly persons. So Sachin?
समायान्त मभिप्रेत्य ब्रह्मावर्ता प्रजा प्रतिम गीत संसुति वादित्रयः प्रत्युदीयुः प्रहर्षिताः. Overjoyed to know of his arrival, his subjects came forth from Brahmavarta to greet their returning lord with songs, prayers, and musical instruments. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so Brahmavarta is where Shambhu Manu was residing. So all the people from there, they came to receive him essentially, right? Is what is being mentioned. And it says here also the citizens of Brahishmati, and Brahishmati was the capital of Brahmavarta, which is the kingdom of Shambhu, came nicely dressed to receive the emperor with decorations and musical instruments. Nisha?
बर्हिष्मती नामपुरी सर्वसंपत् समन्विता न्यपतन यत्र रोमाणि यज्ञसांग विधुन्वतः कुशाः काशास्त एवासन शश्वद्धरितवर्चसः ऋषयो येह पराभाव्य यज्ञज्ञान यज्ञमिजिरे. The city of Brahismati, rich in all kinds of wealth, was so called because Lord Vishnu's hair dropped there from his body when he manifested himself as a Lord boar. As he shook his body, this very hair fell and turned into blades of evergreen kush grass and kush, another kind of grass used for mats, by means of which the sages worshipped Lord Vishnu after defeating the demons who had interfered with the performance of their sacrifices. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, yeah. So the reason it's called Brahishmati is because Lord Vishnu or Lord Varaha's here dropped there. Yeah. So Tarun?
कुशः कासमायं बर्हिर् अष्ट्रया भगवनं मनुः अजयत् यज्ञपुरुषं लब्ध्या स्थानं यतो भुवम्. Manu spread a seat of kushas and kasas and worshipped the Lord, the personality of Godhead, by whose grace he had obtained the rule of the terrestrial globe. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So after reaching Shambhu Manu, yeah, was worshipping the Lord. Ajay?
Bahishmati Nam Vibhurya Nivish Samavasat Tasyam Pravishto Bhavanam Tapatra Yavinashnam. Having entered the city of Barismati, in which he had previously lived, Manu entered his place, which was filled with an atmosphere that eradicated the three miseries of material existence. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Now, see, very interesting. What is mentioned is Manu entered his palace, yeah, which was filled with an atmosphere. So when he entered the palace, right, his palace is also filled with an atmosphere which eradicated the three miseries of the material existence. It says Taptre Vinashanam. So pretty much like a spiritual atmosphere. Yeah. And it says here the material world is filled with threefold miseries. Yeah, as we all know. And miseries pertaining to the body and mind. Miseries pertaining to the natural disturbances. And the third is miseries inflicted by other living entities. I think we have read about this before. Yeah. But the human society is meant to create a spiritual atmosphere by spreading the spirit of Krishna consciousness. And then those miseries of material existence cannot affect the status of Krishna consciousness. So that's how Shambhu Manu's palace is being described, right? He says how Shambhu Manu created an atmosphere wherein he was not affected by the material miseries is explained in the following verses. So we will see how that works. Yeah. हे भार्य स प्रजय कामान भूभुजे अन्या विरोधत है संगीयमान सत्कीर्ति है शस्त्री भी असुर गाय के है प्रतशुषे अनुबद्धेन हृदय श्रीनवन हरे कथा है. So Emperor Shambhu Manu enjoyed life with his wife and subjects and fulfilled his desires without being disturbed by unwanted principles, contrary to the process of religion. Celestial musicians and their wives sang in chorus about the pure reputation of the emperor, and early in the morning every day, he used to listen to the pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead with a loving heart. So this is how you convert to the transcendental atmosphere, the spiritual atmosphere. Yeah. It says here, Ridha Shinvan Hareya Katha hai. So when you have all these devotional services going on, the atmosphere becomes more spiritual. And actually a very nice purpose. So let's read this one. Tarun.
One second. Human society is actually meant for realization of perfection in Krishna consciousness. There's no restriction against living with a wife and children, but life should be so conducted that one may not go against the principles of religion, economic development, regulated sense enjoyment, and ultimately liberation from material existence. The Vedic principles are designed in such a way that the conditioned souls who have come to this material existence may be guided in fulfilling their material desires and at the same time be liberated and go back to Godhead, back home. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So important. It's mentioned like we are all conditioned souls, right? And what is mentioned is we have come to this material existence, but we should be guided by the religious principles, yeah, which are mentioned in our scriptures. And that will fulfill the material desires, but at the same time be liberated and go back to Godhead, which is the home, which is our ultimate home. Yeah. Ravi? Sorry. Ravi?
Yes. It is understood that Emperor Shambhavu Manu enjoyed his household life by following these principles. It is stated here that early in the morning, there were musicians who used to sing with the musical instruments about the glories of the Lord, and the emperor with his family personally used to hear about the pastimes of the Supreme Person. This custom is still prevalent in India, in some of the royal families and the temples. Professional musicians sing with the satsang, sahanatans and sanatans, and the sleeping members of the house gradually get up from their beds in a pleasing atmosphere. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So the sleeping members get up in a pleasing atmosphere listening to the kirtans and bhajans and not iPhone. Yeah. So, Jyoti.
Right. During bedtime, also, the singer sings songs in relationship with the pastimes of the Lord with Sahnai accompaniment, and the householders gradually fall asleep, remembering the glories of the Lord. In every house, in addition to singing program, there is an arrangement for Bhagavatam lectures in the evening. Family members sit down, hold Hare Krishna Kirtana, hear narrations from Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita, and enjoy music before going to bed.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So that's
Hare
so,
Krishna.
so beautifully describing the transcendental atmosphere in the house. That's how a transcendental atmosphere can be created in each household. Yeah. Nisha.
The atmosphere created by the Sankirtan movement lives in their hearts, and while sleeping, they also dream of the singing and glorification of the Lord. In such a way, perfection of Krishna consciousness can be attained. This practice is very old, as learned from this verse of Srimad Bhagavatam. Millions of years ago, Swayambhu Manu used to avail himself of the opportunity to live householder life in the peace and prosperity of Krishna consciousness atmosphere. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So we are all descendants of Manu. Yeah. And they teach us how to live in peace and prosperity of a Krishna consciousness atmosphere. Yeah. And that is so important. And that's a great understanding we can get from this particular verse. Yeah. Ajay?
As far as temples are concerned, in each and every royal palace or rich man's house, inevitably there is a nice temple. And the members of the household rise early in the morning and go to the temple to see the Mangal Arati ceremony. The Mangal Arati ceremony is the first worship of the morning. In the Arati ceremony, a light is offered in circles before the deities, and as are a conch shell and flowers and a fan. The Lord is supposed to rise early in the morning and take some light refreshment and give audience to the devotees. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So, Sachin?
The devotees then go back to the house or sing the glories of the Lord in the temple. The early morning ceremony still takes place in Indian temples and palaces. Temples are meant for the assembly of general public. Temples within palaces are especially for the royal families, but in many of these palace temples, the public is also allowed to visit. The temple of King of Jaipur is situated within the palace, but the public is allowed to assemble. If one goes there, he will see that the temple is always crowded with at least 500 devotees. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so this is referring to the Radhe Govind temple in Jaipur. If you have gone to Jaipur, you always go to Govind Devji temple. Yeah, that's right in front of the fort of the king, Man Singh. Yeah, in those days, and he could see from his room, he could see the darshan of Govind Devji. Yeah, so yeah. Leelaji?
After the Mangal Aarti ceremony, they sit down together and sing the glories of the Lord with musical instruments and thus enjoy life. Temple worship by the royal family is also mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, where it is stated that Those who fail to achieve success in the Bhakti Yoga principles within one life are given a chance to take birth in the next life in a family of rich men or in a royal family or family of learned brahmanas or devotees. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, so very important fact mentioned here. First of all, enjoying life. So what are you enjoying life, right? We keep talking about enjoying life, but what's the better way than, attending Mangala Aarti or chanting or reading Srimad Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita? I don't think you can get a better enjoyment than that, right? And then it says that even after that, if the success is not fully achieved in terms of going back to Godhead, the next life is definitely better. Yeah. So very interesting. Hello, Hare Krishna, Rasikshan Prabhuji.
Hare
Krishna. Karenge?
If one gets the opportunity to take birth in the family, he can achieve the facilities of Krishna conscious atmosphere without difficulty. A child born in the Krishna atmosphere is sure to develop Krishna consciousness. The perfection which he failed to attain in his life is again offered in this life, and he can make himself perfect without pain. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So we don't know how many lives it takes, but Krishna consciousness again and again, maybe more lives, but at least you can always be in the Krishna consciousness. So happy Kartik month, everyone. We only have 1 minute left. So we are going to hear the
Happy
Kirtan.
Kartik month.
We are going to hear the Kirtan and we'll see you tomorrow again. Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Radhe Radhe